Good afternoon. I'm here with Tom Collins from Airtime Heating and Cooling, and this is RJ from the Akron Canton Connection. Heard every Wednesday after Cook and Fox on News Talk 1480 WHBC. Tom, now Airtime Heating and Cooling. Driving over here, there was a little frost on a pumpkin this morning, and everybody's probably panicking, putting the heat on for the first or second time. Start giving us tips on what to do and get that heater all ready for winter here.
If you're just starting to turn your furnace on, you want to go downstairs and make sure you have a clean filter in the furnace. The filter is the single most important thing the homeowner can do to preserve the life of the furnace and create cost effectiveness. If that filter gets even halfway blocked, now your furnace or your blower has to run twice as long to do the same job as it would if a clean filter was in there.
Plus you'll be doing more dusting around the house.
Plus you'll be doing a lot more dusting around the house.
You did mention that if you don't clean the filter, it could clog up and hurt your air conditioning unit, right?
Yes, you have a coil. If you have air conditioning, you have a coil that sits on top of your furnace that has fins in it, looks like the one that sits outside, except a little bit different shape. And if you don't change that filter or you run without a filter, the dirt will start accumulating on the fins, and it'll block it up. Then what that'll happen, it blocks the air, and it creates an overheat on your furnace, and warping your heat exchanger, and you'll have a multitude of problems.
So a couple minutes now, find out where that filter is and go down and go up to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy a filter.
Do yourself a favor. At Lowe's or Home Depot, you can get these filters for $2 or $3. And if you leave the same dirty one in there, it's going to cost you a lot more than $2 or $3 just to leave that in there.
Now, Tom, we're going up to the holidays, and we're getting the Christmas tree out and getting the decorations out and moving the furniture. You told me right from the beginning the number one thing you could do too after changing the filter is don't block that register.
Don't block your returns. Your returns is where the air goes back to the furnace so it can blow air. If you block that return, you create sort of the same thing as blocking that coil with the dirt. If you don't give the furnace any air, it'll still burn in there, but it won't have any air to keep it in equilibrium, so it causes the furnace to overheat. Okay. Also, plus it creates, you don't get as much air in a fan, or your blower can only give you as much air as you give it. So if you block that return, you're going to have all kinds of problems.
We got a problem. And then, the other simple things, go around and seal the windows off. At least close them and tighten them out, and a lot of people forget to lock them in for the winter then.
Yes, you can. They have at Lowe's and Home Depot both. They have little weather seal tape and window tape, and if you get a roll of that tape, you don't have to plastic them up. But if you just get a roll or a couple rolls of that tape and go, seal the seams of your windows and some of the doors that you won't be opening. That'll save you a ton of money in gas. But be careful on the upstairs. If God forbid you would have a fire or something, but if you seal off a room totally and then you're trapped in that room, make sure that you have a way, leave the ends a little long, so if something happens in an emergency, you have to get out of that window. Make it long so you can just grab that, you rip it right off and get out,
Boy, I tell you, getting into the air conditioning or the heating and air conditioning season, it's great to have you on board with the Akron Canton Connection. Now, you mentioned a programmable thermostat, which might be a little bit too much. We can't do that kind of stuff. So we would call you to come in and help us install a thermostat.
Yes.
So a programmable thermostat, you'll heat the house when you're there, not when you're not there.
Yeah, and they have, over the years, they used to be pretty complicated, but now they have programmable thermostats that...
See, there's a call for the heating and cooling right now.
They have programmable thermostats now that are very, very simple. If you want us to, we'll come out and install it. We'll program it for you on the times that you let us know that you're there or not there. And they have 3 buttons on them. They have home, away, and sleep. And that's all you ever have to hit. If you're home, you hit one button. If you're away, you hit the other one. And if you're sleeping, you hit the other one. Okay. Or it'll do it on its own if you like.
Now, you talk about that Airtime has a tune-up. I guess you would recommend get it tuned up a little bit. It's like a car. Preventive maintenance right now will save you a lot of money later.
Correct. It's just like changing the oil on your car. You have to have it done. If you neglect it, and it might run for a few years, but if you neglect it, more damage is going to take place in there without lubricating the things and checking gas pressures and.
Okay. So now your basic tune-up is how much?
6950.
Hey, tell me you heard it on the Akron Canton Connection, and we'll get Tom out there to get a tune-up for you. And last but not least, we talk about 24-hour. You know, you wake up tomorrow morning and it's 6 degrees outside and the heater doesn't work. What do you do?
Well, you give us a call, and like I say, during the heating season, if you call us during the day, we will get to you that day. We don't put anybody off till the next day. We know how important heat is. And if it's after hours, we have 24-hour emergency service. It's a little bit more expensive after hours, but like I say, if you call us that day, we will make it to you that day.
Okay, and that's Airtime Heating and Cooling. And what's that number there, Tom?
The Canton number is 330-456-1808, and the Alliance number is 330-821-4196.
And we'll have those numbers on our website and at the bottom of this video. And, last but not least, welcome to the Akron Canton Connection. It's going to be great to have you on board with our listeners. And, Marlins is the last game this week, I guess, huh?
Yeah, that's tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, my daughter Carly cheerleads from Arlington, so we'll be there.
Okay, so between 7 and 9, you don't call Tom. You have to wait till after 10 o'clock to get over.
You can still call. We have guys on call, but it's hard to hear you.
Okay, well, welcome aboard, and it's going to be nice to have you on the team and have you get involved in some of the things we do in the community. And Airtime Heating and Cooling, give me that number one more time, Tom.
The Canton number 330-456-1808. The Alliance number 330-821-4196.
Should I take a picture of your Harley out there? Okay, Tom's a Harley advocate, so if you're a Harley lover, you have Tom come over and see you in his Harley. Take care, Tom, and welcome aboard.
Thank you.